Look at this. It's black birds. It's black birds. It's vultures. Vultures. Hold on, hold on. Do you see that? All these vultures. I stepped outside. When I first stepped outside, I went into the garage to get my green screen because I said and I stuck my bell in my pocket because I'm gonna do my video in the house because it's a lot warmer. And I said, Gina, put the bell in your pocket and don't let it break. Be careful. As soon as I stepped out that garage door, there came a flock of vultures. They came over my head. There must have been, I kid you not, around 50 of them. I thought, oh my gosh, they're not blackbirds. They were not blackbirds. And then I saw some scragglers after I put the green screen in the house. I saw some scraggler, and then I saw another one, and I said, where are you coming from? And they're coming, these vultures, they came from the east. I've never, ever, ever seen so many big vulture birds flying in such a lot of them all right over me. Right as soon as I stepped outside the basement door, they flew toward the western sky is what they did. A whole flock of them. As soon as I stepped out that basement, out of that hey, this is and guess what's on here?
Thanks to you, who's covered this conflict from the very beginning.
The Abrahamic Accord was on the TV. Let me talk to y'all. There is something going down. That's it. I gotta feel something is. Something is going on. Al, honey, can you see me? I got the wrong glasses on. I have got the wrong glasses on. This is wild. My nose is red. Let me get the right glasses on. So you gotta look up at the sky. Oh no, Trump is gonna say something.
We won, but now the work begins. We have to bring them home. And you know, tonight I'm going to be signing on the J6 hostages, pardons to get them out. And as soon as I leave, I'm going to the Oval Office and we'll be signing pardons for a lot of people, And thank you to Steve Woodcock. He's a great guy. He's a friend of mine. He's been a very successful man. He's a great negotiator. He's a wonderful guy.
Okay, let me get my other glasses.
He's got a tremendous power of persuasion.
Hold on a second. Hold on. I can't see. I really can't. I was trying to stick my bell in my pocket right here. But here's how it happened. The vultures, the whole flock of them flew from the eastern sky. They did. All of them, all at once. As soon as I walked out that garage door, they came. There was around 50 of them. I thought, you know what I said? I said, there is no way those are regular blackbirds. I thought, I had to look again. I said, they're massive. They're vultures. Vultures. And they flew, big old stream of them. And then more came from over there. And then that last big batch came from over there. There must have been a total of around maybe 200 of them. I've never seen so many in all my life. They weren't circling, they were hitting the road. You don't think so? This is good. Thank you, Al, honey. I feel it is good. They're leaving. They came from the east and they flew through the west. Whew. 50. Yeah. It was around 50 the first time. And then there was like a few scragglers, maybe 7 or 8 or 9. And then one came. I said, "Where are you all coming from?" I said to it up there, because it was just that one solo bird came out of the, it was like the southeastern part of the sky. And then just that time came the other ones out of the southeastern part of the sky, all the way over there. He needs a clean house, and he's doing it. Oh yeah, never, ever in my life.
Incredible service members, National Guardsmen, police, Secret Service, and law enforcement personnel are keeping us all safe. Even though, and they are great people. New York's finest. I grew up with New York's finest, and we got to give them their authority back. You won't have any crime. There'll be no crime. You give them little authority back.
Yeah.
The whole way they run things in this country now, it's just, it's going to change rapidly. We're going to make our cities safe again, too. Even though we're indoors, we've had a magnificent inaugural parade.
Oh, he's wore out. He is wore out, and those poor kids.
Performers and hardworking men and women who made it possible. Those people, really talented, amazing people. I also want to thank my wonderful family for being here, especially my beautiful wife, our First Lady, Melania.
Wherever she's at.
They love our First Lady. And also, JD. How good has JD been? And his beautiful wife, Usha. How good is JB? JD has been great. He's another good negotiator, Steve. He's a great negotiator, too. We need negotiators in this country. But so many of the people on the stage, we had not only family members, as an example, Laura Trump, the wife of Eric.
Can you hear them?
The head of the Republican
Yeah.
Party, along
You
with
worry about
my
him
friend Michael, stand up.
and Barron. I'm pretty sure they'll be okay. God's able to take care of them. That's how it is. Oh my gosh.
They worked so hard. They knew they'd be
The vultures were fleeing. Yeah, that's what I feel. They fled. Sleepless. Yeah. The volume's okay, and it's not too loud.
drill and do all the things that we've wanted to do and bring your costs down, your prices down, and make our country safe. So thank you very much, Michael. Thank you very much. What a job you've done, Michael. I'm never moving you, you know. He was thinking about getting a nice job in the administration. I said, no, I'm leaving you right where you are. You've done a very good job. We're not moving you, Michael. I'm sorry. Anyway, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much.
Oh, that's good, Al.
Right here with us also in the arena, I'm about to sign some very important executive orders of our new administration.
You go ahead, President Trump, and sign them. There they
Hey,
are.
Don, will you stand up, please? Don is another one. How about Don? This guy. He's a popular one. He goes out and speaks. He gets that big crowd. He's a little on the rough side sometimes. But that's what you want.
I'm much louder, Al. Is this too loud?
He loves our country. Thanks, Don. Great job. You've done a great
You're
job.
much louder, but the sound is okay. Yeah, that's okay. Ivanka Trump.
And you know, Jared negotiated the Abraham Accords, which are it's the biggest deal made in the Middle East in many, many years, and it's really something. Jared, stand up, Jared. The Abraham Accords.
Hey,
Tiffany's going to have a little baby. And Michael. And then I have a very tall
Oh,
son named Barron.
Barron Trump. Come on. Let's see Barron. Aw, how cute.
Thank you. He knew the youth vote. You know, we won the youth vote by 36 points. And he was saying, Dad, you got to go out and do this one and that one. And we did a lot of them. And he respects them all. He understood them very well. And he said, Dad, you got to go out, do Joe Rogan, do all these guys. And we did. We did. And Joe Rogan was great. They were all great, right? Aaron, they were all good. He understood the market. Another famous one. How about Kai? Stand up, Kai.
Oh no, this family member. Aw.
Is that Byron Donalds back there? Stand up, Byron. Stand up. What a future this one has. What a future. That's great, Byron. Thank you very much. And how about Lutnick, Secretary of Commerce? He's going to take in more money than any country has ever even thought about. He's going to take in some money. And we have many others. Look, I'm not going to go through it, but we're going to sign some orders right now. And
Oh, he's going to sign the executive orders. We get to watch him when he does it. Isn't that great?
We're going to sign executive orders. First, I'll revoke nearly 80 destructive and radical executive actions of the previous administration, one of the worst administrations in history. Maybe not one of them, the worst. Anybody that would allow millions of people to pour through our borders from jails, prisons, mental institutions, insane asylums, gang members to be taken off the streets of Venezuela and deposited in our country, and many, not just Venezuela. You know, crime in Venezuela is down 74% because they took their criminals and gave them to us through an open border policy of the previous administration. All over the world, they're emptying their prisons into our country. They're emptying their mental institutions into our country. It stops as of 1 o'clock this afternoon. Okay, it stops. So I'm revoking nearly 80 destructive, radical executive actions of the previous administration. They'll all be null and void within about, what, 5 minutes? Is that them over there? 5 minutes? And next,
Hello.
we gain immediate control of the vast federal, out-of-control bureaucracy. I will implement an immediate regulation freeze, which will stop Biden bureaucrats from continuing to regulate. Most of those bureaucrats are being fired. They're gone.
He's firing the people. They're
Should be all of
gone.
them, but some sneak through, but we have to live with a couple, I guess. I'll also issue a temporary hiring freeze to ensure that we're only hiring competent people who are faithful to the American public. And we will pause the hiring of any new IRS agents. We will also require that federal workers must return to the office in person. We're going to take the 88,000 people that they hired to go after you with guns. By the way, they're allowed to use guns and harass you like they were so many other people. Remember this. Okay, remember? Do you remember a little statement about tips? Does anybody remember that little statement? I think we won Nevada because of that statement. But they went out and harassed you over the tips. In other words, We are restoring control of our government to the people. We're going to take those 88,000. Let's see if they'd like to work on the border, because that's where we want them, really. So we're going to have no tax on tips, right? No tax on tips. We may have, like the Speaker of the House, is he here? He's done such a good job. Is Mike here? He's around here someplace. I saw him just a little while ago. Hello, fellas. Look at you guys. Yeah, I know it. He's great. He's doing great. They're all doing good. The Republican Party has never been unified like it is right now. They want to save our country. And we're going to more than save it. We're going to make it greater than it's ever been before by a lot. Next, I'm going to sign a presidential memorandum directing every member of my cabinet to marshal every power at their disposal to defeat inflation and rapidly bring down the cost of daily life, because your costs have gone through the roof in the last 4 years. Perhaps you didn't notice. Does anyone notice that costs are like double, triple, quadruple? You can't buy bacon. Apples have doubled in price. You want an apple, anybody? Pay twice what you did 2 years ago. We'll put more money in your pocket, and we'll bring back the American dream and to reduce energy costs and liberate our economy. So we have more oil and gas than any country in the world, and we're going to use it. We're not going to do the wind thing. Wind, dude.
He's going to use that oil and gas, you all.
Windmills, they ruin your neighborhood. They ruin your... If you have a house that's near a windmill, guess what? Your house is worth less than half. And did you see up in New England with the whales? You see what's happening? So they had 2 whales killed in about 14 years. Last year and the year before, total, they had 28. So if you're into whales, you don't want windmills either. And they're the most expensive form of energy that you can have by far. And they're all made in China, by the way. Practically all of them. And they kill your birds and they ruin your beautiful landscapes. But other than that, I think they're quite good, right? Now, remember when we used to joke and kid when we were kidding, but we don't kid anymore? They want to watch the debates on television. They want to watch your favorite president on television. But the wind isn't blowing, so we can't watch television that night, Gladys. Remember? Gladys, I'm sorry, the wind is just not blowing. We're not watching Trump tonight. But I'm immediately withdrawing from the unfair, one-sided Paris Climate Accord ripoff.
They're not happy about that.
The United States will not sabotage our own industries while China pollutes with impunity. You know, China, I mean, look, they use a lot of dirty energy, but they produce a lot of energy. And when that stuff goes up in the air, you know, it doesn't stay there. It's not like you got a wall. We love walls, don't we? Not like you have a wall around and it floats into the United States of America after 3.5 to 5.5 days. It floats across the oceans and it comes right over your neighborhood and it falls into your neighborhood. So they all say, we have to fight for cleaner air, but the other dirty air is dropping all over us. So what the hell are they talking about? Unless everybody does it, it just doesn't work. You know, we had the cleanest air and the cleanest water that this country's ever had under the Trump administration. And we didn't do anything to stop jobs,
Hello.
stop production, believe me. You're going to see a lot of companies come pouring
If you
back
came,
because
if you tuned in at the very
I always say
beginning,
tariffs is the
I gotta
most beautiful
change
word
the
in
thumbnail. There was
dictionary.
vultures.
And I was reprimanded by the fake news. They said, what about love, religion, and God? I said, I agree. Let's put God number 1. Let's put religion number 2. Love, I don't know. We got to put that number 3, I guess, right? And then it's tariff. Because tariffs are going to make us rich as hell. It's going to bring our country's businesses back that left us. And I'll also sign an executive order to immediately end federal government censorship of the American people. In America, we believe in free speech. And we're bringing it back starting today to stop the weaponization. Oh, do I know about that? These creeps. Deranged Jack Smith. You ever hear of him? Deranged. He's a deranged prosecutor. He's sick. They suck him on me. He's now been reduced to getting on an airplane, going back to The Hague or wherever the hell he came from. We got to get rid of that
The
guy.
Hajj. The
Is
Hajj.
he one of the many people that got a pardon today? Did they pardon Jack Smith? You know, did you know that Biden, while I was making my speech, pardoned his whole family?
Wow. Wow. He's a dirty snake.
Brother, the whole deal was pardoned. Can you imagine that? While I was making my speech. Did everybody hear my speech? Did you like my speech?
They're not required to put their hand on the Bible if you read the Constitution or whatever it was.
I mean, the only thing wrong with it is I had a lot of tough things to say, and I have some great people that work for me. Sir, this is such a great speech. It's so unifying. Don't talk about Biden with his pardons of his family. We want a unified country. They said, don't talk about the J6 hostages that you're going to be releasing today.
Woohoo! You do it,
Sir,
Trump.
don't put that in your speech, please.
He's going to put it in his speech.
I said, but I want to put it in my speech. They said, sir, it won't be unified like it is. It's so beautiful the way it is. And it is getting great reviews. You know, if I put things like that in, I'll get terrible reviews. One little paragraph that's a little bit wrong, the fake news goes crazy, right? So I said, all right, I won't put it in my speech, but you know what? I'm speaking in front of a hell of a lot of people at a place called Capital One Arena, and I'll talk about it. So we're going to be going over the beautiful Oval Office, one of the great offices in history. Even if it wasn't beautiful, it's the Oval Office, but it is beautiful.
All right, Al,
And
honey.
we love the Oval Office. It all starts with the wars start and end there. Everything starts and ends at the Oval Office. We love it. But we're going to go to the Oval Office. We're going to release our great hostages that didn't do, for the most part, they didn't do stuff wrong. You take a look at what went on, and look what happens in other parts of the country. In Portland, where they kill people, they destroy the city, nothing happens to them. In Seattle, where they took over a big chunk of the city, nothing happened. Minneapolis, where they burned down the city, nothing happened. Essentially, nothing happened. All they want to do is go after the J6 hostages. A 76-year-old grandmother was arrested the other day because she was looking at the Capitol or something like that. No, we're not going to put up with that crap anymore.
You go, Trump. You go, Trump. Don't put up with that crap anymore. You heard him.
And to stop the weaponization of law enforcement, I've been investigated more than any human being in the world. I believe I have the all-time record. Every day a subpoena. Every single day we get subpoenas. I was more than any person. Alphonse Capone, remember I used to talk about him? Now, Alphonse Capone, Scarface, he was a pretty rough guy. He was investigated about 1/100th what Trump was investigated. My father's looking down at me, my mother, how the hell did this happen? You know what it is? They investigated their political opponent, the opponent of Biden, and then ultimately Kamala. Has anyone ever heard of Kamala?
She lost.
We had to beat two opponents. You know, we had to beat Biden, then we beat him. Now he goes to the top. The guy was like 39 points down. I think I could have beaten Trump. They should have left me and I would have beaten. No, his debate performance wasn't the best, right? That's what killed him. And then they had to change, and that's like you get into a fight. The great Dana White spoke last night. We love Dana White, right? UFC. That's like He puts in two fighters. One of them's getting creamed, getting really beaten, and they say, "All right, take him out. Let's put somebody else in to finish up the fight." That's what they did to us. They gave us somebody
If you're
new, but we
tuning
took
in,
care of both of
hello.
them. So we beat actually two.
Yeah,
We beat actually two opponents.
this is Trump still
But to
speaking.
stop the weaponization of law enforcement and our government, I will also sign an order directing every federal agency to preserve all records pertaining to political persecutions under the last administration, of which there were many, and beginning the process of exposing any and all abuses of power, even though he's pardoned many of these people. Can you believe it? He's pardoned them. You know why he did it while I was speaking? Because that way I couldn't speak about it. I was speaking. I didn't know he did it. I finished my speech. And they said, "Sir, he pardoned his whole family." I said, "Oh, can I go back out there and talk about it?" Somehow that wouldn't be very elegant. Our First Lady would say, "Please don't do that." But we have plenty of time to talk about it, and we will. We're doing all of this on our very first day in office. You know, don't forget, we've been in this position, really, where we won the primaries in record time. We were the fastest win of a primary ever in political history, which is a very nice thing. It's nice to know. Well, the second election was rigged, so we knew we were doing well. And if it wasn't, you know what? If it wasn't, I would have never run. I would have never run. But this third one was just a monster. Boy, was that a big one, huh? That was a big one. On the second one, we got like 10 or 12 million votes more than the first one. How about that? We did great on the first one. We did much better on the second one. But man, did we do well on the third one. So we're gonna have some fun. It's very simple. We're gonna make our country great. We're gonna make our country great again. We're gonna make America great again. How good a name is MAGA, though, right? You know? I was going to say, keep America great, but unfortunately it wasn't great.
Aw.
Can't say keep it great. It will be great again, but CAG, keep America great, CAG, I don't think it's ever going to replace MAGA. Does anybody like CAG? I don't think so. It's never replacing MAGA. Nothing will ever replace MAGA. MAGA was the most successful political operation, political movement in the history of our country, maybe in the history of the world. Let's see what happens. Because we're not finished yet. We're not finished yet. We got a long way to go. But we're doing this on the very first day in office, and in just a few moments, I'm not only signing the release of the J6 hostages, I'm signing other things that you're going to love. Oh, you're going to be happy reading newspapers tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. So I just want to thank, I mean, look at this place. It's full to the rafters. You don't have any, look at those people up there. You don't have any empty seats. And by the way, the Capital One owners, they are so good. We got to root for their teams because they have been so great to MAGA, to us. And I just want to thank Ted and everybody.
Yeah, it looks like the real Trump.
And the ice hockey team's doing great. Ovechkin's pretty good, right? They're doing great. So I want to thank them, Capital One arena owners. They have been absolutely fantastic. And thank you once again to everyone. And I can only tell you, you're going to be very happy. You're going to watch a lot of good things happen. We got to stop some wars that are happening and going on. Some stupid things are happening. The war with Ukraine would have never happened, and it has.
Yeah.
As you know, Israel would have never been hit on October 7th, and none of you would be up here. None of you would even know anything about this tragedy that you're going through right now. But Iran was broke. Anybody that bought oil from Iran, they couldn't do any business with us. You're not going to do business with America. China passed. Everybody passed. They were broke. They didn't have money for Hamas. They didn't have money for Hezbollah. And your sons would be alive, and they certainly wouldn't be incarcerated like they are. It's a shame, but we're getting a lot of people out in a short period of time. So I'm going to go right over to here, and I'm going to sign in front of you.
You go ahead, President Trump. You go over there and you sign those executive orders. You do it. You do your job. He's going to do
Giving
it.
his inaugural address earlier today inside
That
the Capitol
woman?
Rotunda now at Capital One Arena,
That woman was Kamala's
shaking
bodyguard.
hands with families of the hostages.
Did you see that
Many of
one
those families have
woman?
given
She
Donald
was a
Trump
Kamala's
credit
bodyguard.
in recent days, saying they do not
I
think
don't know who she is.
that this
How does she be
ceasefire
his
deal would have
bodyguard
gotten
too?
across the finish line
Isn't
had it
that
not
weird?
been for Donald Trump, of course, his Mideast envoy, teaming up with the Biden administration.
I
in
thought
those
she was
final
weird. I thought
days.
she was some kind of
They have said that
extraterrestrial
they
is what I
believe it
thought she
the
was.
addition of Donald Trump
Yeah,
and his team that made this happen.
because she's around again.
Donald Trump saying he will head over to that table with
He's
a number
going to
of
do it.
executive actions already laid out on the table.
There he
Presidential
goes.
seal. Mary,
Come on,
do
President
we have an
Trump.
understanding of exactly what it is he's signing right
Come
here?
on, JD. Did you come down here too? They all had the cup.
We do know that this is going to be a tremendous effort for him to show straight out the gate just how aggressive he is being, as he has been touting all
He's
day.
not playing.
We know
He
that
is
he
not a
signed
player.
wide range of executive orders, ranging from rescinding any DEI or gender-related directives from the Biden administration to designating cartels as foreign terrorist organizations and fueling rules.
Signing is the rescission of 78 Biden-era executive actions, executive orders, presidential memoranda, and letters. Thank you, sir.
Come on, President Trump. You can do it.
Donald Trump there.
You do it.
Trump now trying effectively to undo as much as he can
The
of
second
Joe
item,
Biden's
President
agenda
Trump,
there. Let's
is
listen
a
in a bit
regulatory
to what he's
freeze,
doing
as you
next.
announced in your speech, preventing bureaucrats from issuing any more regulations until we have full control of this, the government and this administration.
No more regulations. It's a regulation freeze. You do it, President Trump. You can do it. No more regulations until he gets the okay. He signed. You wait a minute.
The next item, sir, is a freeze on all federal hiring, excepting the military and a number of other excluded categories, again, until full control of the government is achieved, and we understand the
Freeze on all government hirings, all federal hirings except the military. A freeze. You go, Trump. You stop them in their tracks.
Could you imagine Biden doing this? I don't think so.
Oh no, he's going to hire anybody who wants to be in there. Come on, Trump, you're doing great.
Sir, the
He can
next
do
item, as
it.
you announced in your speech, is a requirement that federal workers return to full-time in-person work immediately.
You do it, President Trump, honey. You can do it. If you're a federal worker, you are to return to the office immediately. You do it, Trump. You do it. You can do it.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have a directive to every department and agency in the federal government to address the cost of living crisis that has cost Americans so dearly.
Everybody has to give an account in their department about the cost of living, how it affects. Oh, he's doing it all. I love it. You go, Trump. Oh, we love it. You do it, Trump. This is great. Come on, he can do it.
Thank you, sir. The next item here is the withdrawal from the Paris Climate Treaty.
Ooh, yes. You withdraw from that Paris climate. Oh, he's the big man now. He's got him going now. He's withdrawing from the Paris Climate Treaty. You do it, Trump. You can do it, Trump. You are a rebel. He is our rebel.
We're going to save over $1 trillion by withdrawing from that treaty.
You do it, Trump. Yes, he's a rebel.
And the next item, sir, is a letter that will be transmitted to the United Nations explaining that we are withdrawing from the Paris Climate Treaty.
Whoa, he can do it. It's a permanent marker. Look at him. He enjoys doing it. You hold that up, President Trump. You can do it. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, sir. This next item is a directive to the federal government ordering the restoration of freedom of speech and preventing government censorship of free speech going forward.
Oh, you do it, Trump. We don't want our channels censored like they are. You do it, Trump. It's executive order as of now. You do it. All right, we love it. You sign it, Trump.
And lastly, sir, before we go back to the Oval Office to sign a large number of other items, is a directive to the federal government ending the weaponization of government against the political adversaries of the previous administration.
That's right, Trump. That's right, Trump. You sign it. He can do it. He can do it. He is doing it. Oh, wow. I love it. He's doing it. Whoa, you do it, Trump. He look.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
He is the man. Oh, he gave somebody a pen that he signed. He's going to throw them all out there. Wow, look at Trump. He's giving everybody pens. Oh my gosh, you all, this is historical. Look at this. Look at Trump. He's for the people. Oh my gosh. Look. Oh, I love it. I love it. That's our president. Look at him. He's doing great. We love it. No other president would ever do anything like that. But he's unlike anybody else. Look at that. You do it, Trump. Oh my gosh, they're taking pictures of the pin they got from President Trump. Oh.
And there you have it, what replaced the typical inaugural parade in Washington every 4 years.
Wow.
Sort of rally, if you will, at the Capital One Arena. President Trump returning to the White House 8 years after he first served in 2017.
You go, Trump.
And the 47th President of the United States. We saw that actually on the license plate of the motorcade as it traveled through Washington today, 45 and 47. Mayor Grucci heads back to the White House now, and will continue to sign more executive actions, executive orders that we are told, given our reporting earlier in the day, will affect those who were prosecuted for January 6th, and that this will be sweeping most, if not all.
And actually, you heard of what massive applause he got there in the crowd for his promise to do just that, to go back and to pass these sweeping pardons for the January 6th. He calls them hostages. They are convicted criminals for their actions on January 6th.
No, they're hostages. I heard her enough. Did you hear her? Did you hear her? She said, no, they're not hostages. They're criminals. Oh, see, well, that's where she's wrong. That's okay. They're going to have to change their tune. Thank you, Trump. Our President Trump. That was exciting. I loved it. I loved it. He is the man for the job. And whether you like it or not, he's supposed to be president right now. That's who God wants in this position, whether you like it or not, in order for his purpose to be fulfilled on earth. Yes, you swear Gina used to be a liberal. Michael Knight Wolf. Just because I am a loving, kind individual and I look for the best in everyone, doesn't make me a liberal like you say. It doesn't. I'm a very conservative woman, but I have a great, great big heart. That's what I've got. A great big heart. And there is nothing wrong with that. Yeah, we got it. You were going to probably have something like a Trump in the UK. That's what I think. Yeah. Al, honey, where did you go? Where did Al, honey, go? Al, honey, you missed it. Well, you can go back and look at it. Trump took his pens that he signed, and they said, throw me a pen. And when he got done, he threw the pens to the people in the audience. Isn't that wonderful? No other president have ever done anything like that. And you can rest assured it had his name written on it. Donald Trump. Yes, that's okay. We got it on record. And he signed the censoring of people, of Americans. Well, this channel and any other conservative channel, more or less, and if you were conservative, Christian, or whatever, or off the beaten path, if you weren't on the path of the last administration, you got censored. You did. Yeah. Yeah, he is cool. He's pretty cool, whether people like him or not. And we're going to have some good years with Trump. We are. I'm not going to say we're not. We're going to. Whew. I loved it. That was so exciting. Real exciting. Oh my gosh. Now he's going to the Oval Office and he's going to sign the release of the January 6th hostages is what he's going to do. This woman on here is just dancing away. Or this girl. Oh, that's a little girl. They're all dancing for Trump. Oh my gosh, I got myself excited. I did. My lips are chapped. Yeah. Oh, if you're just tuning in, what happened? Let me tell you how this happened. I was, hold on, you got to look at the ceiling. Hold on. Look at the ceiling up there. Let me tell you what happened to me. Okay. So I had just went outside. Everybody is dancing. Look at them dancing. Oh, they are so happy. They are so happy about Trump. That's right. So listen to me. I was going out in the garage and it's cold outside to get my green screen right here, right there. And as I came out that garage door, up in the sky, coming from the eastern, like southeastern part of the sky, was a massive flock of birds. And I thought, now I know they'll think those black starlings. They were vultures. There were around 50 vultures that came flying in a great big like cluster, but it was a long stretch cluster right over my head. And I thought, oh my gosh, I've never, ever, ever seen so many vultures flying over. And then I saw around 3 or 4, and then I came in here, I got my phone, and I put it on record before I got out there, and I caught a few scragglers coming, like 3 or 4, and then I saw a bigger flock coming, so then I put it on record, and it was around 50 more, or more than that, flying from the southeastern. They flew from the southeastern, went over to the western sky. Vultures, massive flocks of vultures. And I didn't know vultures would fly like that, but they literally flew from the east or southeast all the way over there to the western sky is what happened. Yeah, I took that as a symbolic, spiritual symbolism. I thought, wow. Because the first one went, and then I came out with my phone, and I saw these 3 others, and then I saw this lone one. I said, where are you all coming from? I said it to the one up there in the sky. Where are you all coming from? And I waited, and then came another great big flock of them. Massive. Yeah. The evil ones were flying away. I do believe it symbolically in groups. And I don't know if there was any that flew away before I even had went outside the first time, but they flew out is what they did. Yeah, I've seen them circle above me before. I did. The vultures, that's what I've seen before, flying over me, but I've never seen them. I've never seen them flying in groups like birds fly south for the winter. These weren't flying south. You know where these was flying? These were flying west. They're going down in the west, like the Wicked Witch of the West. How about that? The Wicked Witch of the West. It's hot in here. Oh my gosh, I'm having a hot flash. I gotta go outside. I gotta cool off. I'm gonna have to, when I ended this video, I'm gonna have to go back in the house. When I end this, let me sit down right here for a second. Whew. So when I end this video, I gotta cool off my body. The heat in there is hot. They're gonna eat up the bite. Well, listen, here's how it goes. Where there is a carcass, the vultures gather. That is what the Proverbs says. Where there is a carcass, the vultures gather. What are they going to in the West? Yeah. Um, oh my goodness gracious. Let me do something. I don't have my bell, but Al, honey, can you do the bell symbol? Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, that's right. If you don't like my YouTube channel and you don't like how I talk about the subjects that I talk about, don't watch me because you're going to end up getting blocked. You are. We've come too far, and I've come too far to turn back now and to change for other people. Thank you, Al, honey. The moringa, yes. I don't need my hormones balanced. Oh, I did have some moringa. What was it? Turmeric moringa tea is what I had for just not too long ago. And I have lots of moringa powder, and I made my own moringa capsules. I use and have more of those natural things than I tell on the YouTube. I do. Yeah, that's right. Pardons are going to be useless. Uh, in an instant, they would. I love you all too. Yeah, you dance to the moringa. You dance the moringa. That's great, Al. That is. I tell you what, that I loved it. I loved seeing him sign those executive orders and then throwing those pins to the people. I loved it, and I loved it that he had the whatever, the parade inside, and it was all American. It was the bands, the students and the children and their bands and the pipe bands, and oh, it was really patriotic, extremely patriotic. No president has ever done that before. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad I have energy. I really am glad I have a lot of energy. Yeah. Well, I heard that Michelle and Michael and Michelle are getting, there was a rumor that they're getting divorced. Yeah. So who knows? Now I'm getting kind of cool. Let me come back in here. Yeah. I try to get in the house. Okay, my nose is getting a little red, but this is exciting. And I loved it. I loved it. Does anybody got the time? Oh, I got the time. It's 7:04. You are in Scotland, and you're hoping that Kramer, I don't know who Karmer is at all. Yeah. Brazil moringa is a kind of a pumpkin. Oh, wow, that's interesting. 1905 military hours. That's cool. It is. Oh, yeah, this is what I had. Oh, it was moringa and lemon is what I had. I boiled or simmered for around 5 minutes, 2 tea bags, and I had some cup of teas. Yeah, it's 4:04, and it is President Trump time, which was exciting. I want to see him sign those executive orders too. I do. So I am going to go. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening if I don't see you later. And thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. Remember, here's what Trump said. Wait till you see the newspapers in the morning about what Trump has signed. That's really good. The newspapers in the morning. It's going to be all over the news is what's going to happen. So I'm going to go. And thank you all again. Love you. Let me see if I can get it.